Hey guys, welcome to the first video of a video series I'd like to do, and that is a let's play of my game, Sanctum Arcadia. This game has taken me a couple years, at least, to get this far, and I'm pretty happy with it. I say that because there's still some things that are almost obviously missing, but I think the game at this point is polished enough in what it has to offer to offer something to some people. So I'm just gonna showcase what I have and sort of the yeah, let's just jump into it, I guess. I think it's good that there's a number of ways to play. I suggest everyone start on normal who wants to try it out. That's the best way to learn and figure out how to how to control your ship and just what systems are doing what in the game. But I often play on hard, but this time I'm gonna do a little variation of super hardcore light. I may rename it eventually, but 50% XP. We lose most of our lives, if not all of our lives, on death. Enemy damage and HP multiplier 30% increased. Map rewards, we'll do a little bit. These map rewards are interesting, so let's not push that too low. And player regen. Now, if I was doing a hard mode, I wouldn't mind having a lower regen, but because we're doing hardcore, I want to give myself at least that. So we'll just name it that. Cool, let's go. All right. Outdated tutorial, but this stuff is still relevant. So let me just show off. This is one of 8 weapons you'll randomly have. You can select your own weapon if you want, but the default is random. Your right click does two things. It does a movement speed burst and an AoE, and that gets stronger as you level. During that movement burst, you take 50% less damage, and that ending circle is a AoE damage, so it's good to use against a bunch of mobs.
It looks like you're ready to head into the space dimensions. Hey, good luck out there.
Thanks, man. Whoever that was. Okay, so the game is basically two screens and it flips between them. It's this screen and then the game, just to simply describe the game loop. But we will just jump in. And well, first I should say if you press 2, you can see the upgrade screen, items and relics and weapons select. And you have a stats screen. Pressing 1 goes back. Okay, let's jump into it. We'll go over all the little details of that screen later. I still have this weapon, that's cool. This is my favorite weapon. Yeah, it's the lazy one. Alright, so I want to go to top right for the closest exit. So it's basically a game where you load into a map, you beat the map just by hitting the waypoints that it's asking of you, and you decide how many you want to hit beyond that. Sometimes if you have a map with a good XP ratio, it's good to sit and try to get as much XP as you can through enemies and waypoints. These red waypoints will lock you in a zone for a bit. You have to survive that. Not interested in that right now. All right. Doesn't really matter. Well, there's no player damage. That's nice, and we'll get some more zone depth. Okay, let's start talking about a few of those things while we play the game. So I have one out of 1 lives right now, and if I die, I just go to 0 out of 1 lives. Nothing major happens aside from that. But if I have less than 1 life, I will several things will happen when I respawn. I will lose 1 random item. I will lose some number of my levels, and I will lose some percentage of my relics. And you can see that info on the main screen. And relics and items are basically the main ways you gain power. So it's kind of a punishing death but you do have lives. So the punishment only happens on when you lose your last life. But you do keep a lot of these, relic survival points, which increase that. You do keep all of this, these stats, and let's carry on. So, and yeah, you can get relic. We are at 2 relic cap. We'll start getting relics soon. Zone depth. So as you push, you can control the zone depth to an extent, and there's a way to reset it. And that zone depth will do several things. It'll increase enemy damage and health. Okay. And it will increase the map rewards and the XP coefficient on maps. So it is very much a risk reward. And the map rewards can get pretty nice, so there's real incentive to push that higher. There's a blue and a purple out there, which they reward a bit more than the normal, so I'm gonna try to get that. So right now it's just map. That's until we hit level 10. That's what's going to happen. Once you hit level 10, boss maps start randomly being part of the rotation, and they can be a bit more of a challenge and an interesting sort of fight where you have to manage a number of your resources and regen and all that. Basically everything in this game is intended to give you a nice sort of spatial challenge and a well telegraphed types of damage, so you can avoid a lot if you're paying attention and know what you're doing. Another thing that happens is you start getting spells at level 5. Spells, cooldowns, however you want to say it. At level 5 you get a really good one. It's a AoE damage. That's right there, that's a portal verse, but I don't really want that right now. Get that purple. So at levels 5, 8, 10, and 12 you get a new cooldown, and all of them can be pretty useful. And once you get your first cooldown at level 5, then you start having to manage the fuel resource, which is the gray bar, 200 at the bottom. Yeah, we'll do this. So basically, yeah, this game is just understanding its systems of, the map system, what buffs are useful to have, and which maps to select, and then all the stuff that goes on in here, and managing like zone depth, so you can get kind of crazy if you want to make the game really hard. I do want that. This is a tight map, so I don't want to spend more time in here than I need to. Just go up. I haven't mentioned it yet, but you can control the ship in a couple different ways. I'll just so you can go WASD, and you can aim independently. And this, if you master this, I bet you can play, you can be more accurate and all that. But I like to have both just on the mouse. You can also reactivate the mouse control, but then your aim is also moving faster than you, which is fair. It's just however you want to play, really. But I like to just have it all in one. Okay, we got some stuff here, so let's spend our relic orbs. Damage or defenses. Nice. This is the best one. Move speed, acceleration, rotation. I prioritize that over everything else. And item orb. There. That's 1 out of 3 slots we have available, and then later we get 2 more, levels 10 and 15. I suck. So I know anyone watching, this is going to be slow. That's why I'm not trying to tell you everything about everything right now. This, with half XP and this hardcore thing, yeah, it's going to be a pretty slow start. I think once we hit level 5, things will speed up a little bit. You might hear some barking in a second. Woof. Oh, dang. I gotta let her out. Let me go here and then 1 sec. Alright, carrying on. Wow, we're actually getting some stuff here. Cooldown recovery is really nice. That's a good one. So now we have our first choice. I think I like move speed and acceleration a bit better, so we'll keep the one we have. And MP regen is pretty nice. They're not too different. Alright. 1.3 is a good coefficient. So when you get a map with a good coefficient, you hope for an open map with a lot of waypoints nearby, which this is a little bit. Okay, that's a nice aspect. We haven't talked about those. At the top you can see your aspects. Every time you hit a new aspect, 1.0, 2.0, etc., you gain about 2.5% of all your stats in its own multiplier. So, but they're slow to get, but eventually you'll be at 9, and that'll kind of help you push through the later levels. Hopefully. Yeah. Later on, you don't need to pick up the normal items. Alright, that's nice. Just do a quick run here. Yeah. This weapon's kind of crazy. Noob. Item orbs, relic cap, more relic cap. I think that's what we want. Okay. Okay, dude. At least we're not, okay. At least we get the good weapon. At least there is a way out of here, but that scared me for a sec. Yep. It's gonna hurt a little bit. I'm gonna go get that blue and maybe that purple. Yeah. There's quite a few over here, might as well. Aspect. Yes, bullets fly around him. Alright, do I want that? Looks good. Versus 2 item orbs. But that's zone depth lowered, that doesn't help us. Nah. Move speed is, I mean, that has so much regen, HP and MP. It doesn't matter. Yeah, damage and HP is a nice set. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. And move speed here. Alright, we got some good upgrades now. For this far into the game. So I am tired. That's why I'm kind of just chilling and letting the game speak for itself. I've tried to record, I'll be honest, I've tried to record this a number of times already, but each time it's something, I watch it and something's off. It's either the volume, I fixed that, but yeah. But I'm simply gonna, I think I'm just gonna go with this one, you know? Because even though I'd like, I had one night, it's kind of mid-afternoon now, and I did one early this morning, but I really wanted to get a good video done, so I did one this morning, and I was all hopped up on coffee. So okay, that's red, which means it will not. It's above our relic cap, so we can't actually get that. I was all hopped up on coffee, and so I was just babbling. But it was actually a good recording, but the audio, it was just too quiet. My voice was too quiet. I didn't check the settings compared to the game, and so I've been trying to get another decent recording. This one's all right, you know. I'm sure if I use this one, then the next video I'll elaborate a bit more. I'm sure there's some things I could be explaining now, but Nope. Not gonna do it. We are chilling. I will say this. I really could use some music for this game. I have some ideas on how to just generate a little beat sequencer, and I have a sound gener not I there's a sound generator I use. I could probably make some cheap instruments and see if that leads to anything acceptable. I don't know if it will or not, but if it does, then at least we'll have something going on. If not, then I'll figure out, try to find someone to give me music for free, at least to start. This game is open source, so all you sexy add-on developers, get to work. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, dude. I would never order any developers around unless they wanted me to. Ooh, 6 item orbs, but 1.5 XP coefficient, but we can't pass up 6 item orbs. And because it is 3 levels higher than us, it is not a place we want to sit and dawdle, so I'm gonna just hit what I need to hit. Later on, you get more cooldown recovery. Your levels help with that, so you can spam right click a bit more. But we're waiting till level 5 to get our first cooldown, and that'll kind of showcase. Here's what's gonna happen. This is what I'm gonna do. This is the save. This is the save that we're using for this series. But when I post the series, I'm gonna make episode 1 start at level 8. Because I want, and I know that sounds weird. Or what I'll do is I will include like one map run from level 8 at the start of the first video. So I'm gonna wait until I have that before I release this video, because I feel like the game can't, I want the first impression to really be what the game is, and we're missing an important part of the game until we get our spells, at least the first 2. Those really round out how you deal with enemies in the map. Right now, I'm not, you have to play a lot more safely to play safer until you get your cooldowns. But I still want to make sure I record the whole journey, because there might be a really funny death that happens. We'll see. And to be clear, in recording these videos, I've actually learned how to play 1.3 at level 6. I'm gonna see if this XP, if I can kill enough stuff here. If not, just waypoints, but yeah. Oh, this is a cool gun. I say that as if I don't know about it. But it is a cool gun. When it hits the wall, there's little bullet explosions, and those do damage too. So this one actually is better in tight spaces. Which means, I guess it would be cool to include a way to switch weapons on the fly. I could see that being a possibility. But I will just leave here. Okay, now we have some item orbs. I do want some damage. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, I don't know if this is the right play, but I am going to show off what happens when you turn 5 item orbs into 1 magic orb, you get a magic orb. Yay, and it sucks. It really sucks. Just kidding. Move speed. We're trading HP. We're really just trading HP. I don't care too much about the others for move speed. And dodge and block chance isn't too bad, so I guess. But we're losing HP. But I think move speed. We just early on we need to prioritize that. Oh look. Oh, dude. Damage, move speed. Yeah, this is. Yeah. Okay. Problem solved. Lucky. And a 1.6 at level 4. Yeah, we're gonna hang out here until we're 5 at least. Or get a lot closer to 5. Which weapon? Okay, that's a good one. It's slow, but it yeah. It does what it needs to. Okay. That was cool. Hang on, let me think of the path I'm gonna take here. It sucks to I kinda just wanna I'm gonna hit these bottom waypoints and I'm gonna go up. I don't wanna get lost in that maze. I'm tempted to go for that blue one, but let's go up. I guess I should aim for these. Yeah. I don't think I've shot it in every video I do it just to make sure it's there. Shout out to my man Kosi. My buddy Kosi has been really great in play testing this game in its early release, and has really helped me kind of see how the game plays in later levels when someone spends the time to do it, and figure out some bugs and stuff that I missed. So mad props to that guy. I will kill a few more just to. Alright. I'm gonna go grab those waypoints. This 1.6 coefficient I want to really take advantage of. Because level 5 is so amazing. Wow. It's just insane what happens at level 5. If I can survive. Okay. Pay attention, alright. So we'll see. I may want to just bail at this point. I can't hit this, so. So your HP reach up. Let me. That's dumb. That is the dumbest thing I've done. Oof. Okay. And then up. More dumb. All right, I'm out. We made it. And look, this is great actually. So this is 0.9 XP. Yeah. But I might get level 5 here. So yeah, that was a close one. Fun though. Let's level 5. Yeah, there's enough waypoints here. The bullet looks the same, but it's actually a different gun. This is the, how do you say it? That one. Boom. Yeah, we totally aimed that. These things are starting to piss me off. But that's the joy of it all, is that you know, it's fun to be pissed off, right? I love being pissed off. Okay, so after each map, there is a chance to spawn another map, and that chance... Oh, and this is a good weapon. Here we go. 1.4, and we have our cooldown. Okay. But I do want to finish that statement before I show off the cooldown. So each map has a chance to spawn a new map, but that chance goes down based on how many maps have already spawned. So it's rare to get 4 in a row. It's a little bit rare to get 3 in a row. Just to kind of explain. I mean, it's a nice XP. All right, let's actually show off the cooldown. Ready, boom. So we just spent 15 fuel, and this is going to give us 5 right there. One more, let's go. So yeah, this kind of changes the game a little bit, but you can't do that tons of the time. I mean, basically every 3 green waypoints, you can afford 1. But if you pick up those gray orbs, you get 15 fuel from them. I don't see any here. So now the game is all about, it's not all about, it's now the game involves managing your fuel. And because I'm still pretty high, I can afford, I'm just going to use it as a safety precaution when I need to. When you get below 100, you should start being a little more careful with when you use it, because you want to save them for bosses, which start at level 10. So, but I am gonna line of sight. So, it basically, the main thing is bullets. If you look carefully, you'll see bullets come out, and if they're blocked by a wall, they won't reach. Sometimes enemies will spawn a bit larger. The only difference is their HP pools multiplied by a bit. Just to be a little more annoying. I think we can just call it there. Or at least call it a map. 3 relic orbs. Alright. I'm gonna save at least up to like 4 or 5 item orbs just in case I actually die. 3 relic orbs, 2 zone depth. It's probably actually a good thing. Level 7. We have buffs. Let's go for it. And the scaling makes it so a level 7 is definitely tougher, obviously. But if you're careful and you don't spend too much time on the map, it's not that big a deal. 3 levels, 4 levels, then you really need to worry about. I should get that purple. But you see here, I'm just, you know what? Bad idea. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, okay. That was probably a bug that benefited us. But if it benefits me, it benefits you, so it's fair. Okay, that was a little sketch, but we got some relic orbs. A little more defense. And because my relic cap is not 3 yet, I'm just careful of stacking too much where I can avoid it. Alright. Let's be level 5. And I'll go down for that purple. Level 6. Come on, I'm stuck. No step bro jokes, guys. Not today. Yeah, I'm feeling unsafe here, so I'm just gonna use some fuel. I'm not gonna go for that one. If I didn't mention it, the enrage does go up the longer. Okay, 15 fuel right there. We want that. There. The longer you're in a map, the higher the enrage level will get. But then it kind of resets next map, of course. And that starting enrage value is scales with your zone depth. Um, 1.5. One sec. We'll do one more map. Level 9. It's kind of pushing it, I think. I'll just be happy with 1.3. So yeah, this gun before it was a higher level map. When it's equal level map, it does pretty well. So I'm at 190. So I want an opportunity to just use my. Basically, it's free XP if I do it right. Right here. Ah, I got blocked by that. Oh well. Again. There. I thought something happened there. I thought something happened there. Map. Just kidding. One more. There's some good stuff up there. I'm gonna take this right here. So I don't want to say too much about, what the game feels like or, whatever. I'll let other people kind of figure that out. But I have to admit, it is pretty relaxing to play this game, at least when you're not, when you're not making it too hard for yourself. And I think that's just largely based on the pace of the game. So I definitely intend to keep it. I mean, it does speed up a little bit, but overall the idea is to maintain some sense of, a slightly slower paced game, just so you can kind of think a bit more about what to do. I think I've achieved something like that, especially involving when to use the cooldowns, because they're such a game changer. No pun intended. 1.5, 1.5, level 6, level 7. But this one has more of that stuff. 2 zone. Yeah, let's do it. But I will say, so at this point we can. I'm gonna wind up this recording in a sec, but I would like to talk about what to expect from the game. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with a lot that's in here. I think you can tell that just by this short demo that what you see in game, there's a lot of things that kind of all interact together in this space and make hopefully interesting situations. And and that could just be the beginning. I really, it's there's several things that are very high priority, and one of them, hang on, and one of them is to add more weapon variety, enemy variety, right click cooldown variety, and the sort of environmental effects that show up. I really want, those really make the game interesting. I think all of those together, and that's kind of the bare bones meat of what makes this game. So that's definitely always going to be a priority to expand. Um, the visuals. So even though I think they look nice and clean, they can still look a lot different and probably more interesting. So, but I don't know if I'm gonna just change the visuals. I'll probably add several different modes. 1.6, or sorry, 2.1. Um, this is a rare reward, um, but I really want that 2.1. It just feels enemy damage. Have to be a little careful of, especially a bit more in rage. But I think we'll be all right. Oh, this map sucks. Okay, we're just gonna go straight up and leave, but we have to hit 2 of these. Yeah, so visually, I'm gonna try to add several mode options, so the game can look potentially very different based on whatever your preferences are. Um, I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, this is a 2.1. I may just try to farm some XP here. But yeah, there really is so many ways to improve this game. I have a bit of a story system started, but uh, that still requires a bit more work before it's ready to be put in the game. Um, Sound can always be improved and made a bit more dynamic with enemy sounds and all that, which definitely needs. It's just a lot of little things that are gonna come together and just make the game better. And that's already been happening the past few months, since it's released. It's really, I don't need to hit it, but I kind of want to hit it. I haven't felt too threatened here. The past few months, I've really been able to clean up a lot and kind of just make sure I am starting off with a good base idea of the pace of the game, and the pace of the rewards and all of that. So early playtesting has been great, and just having the ability to start focusing on cleaning up what's already here has really helped the game so far. And that's just the process now. So it's fun. I mean, it's fun. It's definitely a oh man, boom. That was a boom, and this is a very important. That's our first max lives. We want that easy priority. Just gonna hit 2 and go out, get out. But yeah, I'm like I've worked on a bigger project before, and it didn't ended up. It did. Sorry, excuse me. I am tired today. It didn't end up really achieving the goals I set out for it, and with some work, it may improve to a point where I'm happy with it. But I just started another project and kind of learned the lessons from that one, and I feel like just kind of sticking to certain core design strategies has made all the difference. So one of which being just actually play your game from the start on a semi-regular basis. You make a lot of changes, and you kind of forget about them, but they need tweaking. Like at first they actually kind of, some of them hamper the game because there's a new awkward thing that isn't, it's not really working how you'd hoped. But if you just kind of push through and figure out what it needs, change it a bit, and then and then something clicks, and then it's all of a sudden an improvement in the game, and it was all, you know. Then that whole process was worth it. So level 10. Oh, if we do that, a boss can spawn. Do we want to do it? I don't think I want to take. So when it spawns a boss, it does change it to your level, so that's not too bad. And 2.1 and a relic cap. I like that relic cap brings me to 3, which is pretty nice. So it's not like I can't get it elsewhere, but let's just see. We are definitely going to get a boss. Yeah, because of how it works, it counts up all the maps you didn't have a boss to change the chance. So here's a boss fight. Let's go. First boss fight. And right now, yeah, like I said, it does match your level. I'm not sure exactly how that'll be in the future, but we'll see. Gotta be careful with how you. I don't want to necessarily pit a player against a boss that's 3 levels higher than it, even if they kind of risked it. These little red dots, it's not apparent, but they do a little bit of damage to the boss. So oh, actually, this is great. There's 2 bosses that spawned, so we should start using our energy. So this is actually a really good first showcase of bosses. Like this is it's what I consider the easiest. This boss, at least if you stay away from him, and the hardest boss. So there's like 4 or 5 different boss maps that you can spawn into, each with all, you know, each spawning the same set of bosses. So I do not have a heal. I really have to watch that. Those bullets do a lot of damage. I couldn't aim properly. I really wanted to make sure. Let's go. I'm just gonna kind of go. I missed it. The pickup radius and gravity settings on those are not too player friendly. Okay, so when I hit that damage, it actually killed one of the bosses. Is he stuck? I think he's stuck. Kinda. Oh yeah, we're using it. Actually, this is pretty good. We can just do that. We can mess it all up. Oh, it does something. Yeah. Okay, cheese boss time. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, okay, okay. Yep, 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 yep. Here it is. Here it is. Clutching, clutching. Maybe. Those zone. Hang on. Let me actually focus up. These zones only last 20 seconds, so it should disappear very soon. Oh, I did it. Okay, okay, okay. Something, it might have had dot damage on it. All right, that was, hey, first boss. We did it. Honestly, a pretty good showcase of, even though they're simple enemies, just everything kind of stacks up and forces you to really act well. Yeah, I think honestly a pretty good showcase. Now, most of the time, you won't get 2 bosses. Like that's only a 15% chance, I believe. So lucky or unlucky. Yeah, we did it. Let's reward ourselves, and we have 3 relic cap, so we could finally push that one to 3. I'm gonna spend these orbs. Or I'll spend 1 magic orb. I'll wait till I get a few more, you know, fill in some lives. I could do that, but we'll spend 1, see what we get. No thanks. Okay, we'll spend another 1. Or, you know, we should probably wait. Nah, just kidding. Oh. So now we're deciding between XP healing and HP regen. I think just having 1 XP healing might be worth it, so I'm gonna go for it. We'll do 1 more map, and then we'll call it a day. Now that we've seen a boss, and I do want that 0.2 lives, even though we're at decently high zone depth. Let's go. That was fun, guys. I have to say, I'm glad that we got two bosses. But I guess as soon as the first level 10, so what it does is it counts the number of maps where you haven't had a boss, and then oh, this is a portal verse, by the way. I guess I missed out on whatever rewards I was getting. Oh well. The bottom, this zone is, I think is looks better. But yeah, it counts the number of maps you haven't had a boss, and scales up the chance to spawn a boss based on that. So now that we've seen a boss fight, I can talk a little bit about him. In the long run, I do want to add more interesting mechanics to the boss fights. So you're not just shooting, and more interesting ways to apply damage to the boss and avoid different types of environmental damage, etc. Okay, have no fear. We'll be done with this. We'll be out of this in a second. You just gotta believe. And we'll call it there. So yeah, this is my game. It's currently $15 on Steam. The next sales I will probably discount it to $10, just to get some people interested, hopefully. But it's here and it's in development, and we have another map. And I do want to hit this blue. Yeah, but it's like I said, there's I've finally added enough into this, even though yeah, the enemy variety, you kind of get used to seeing all these same enemies. But there's so there's things that definitely could use improvement. But I want to do before I could simply add new enemies, but I think it'd be better to spend that time really kind of making a new enemy system, an enemy generator, so to speak, which will take a bit longer than just simply adding enemies, but will be worth it in the long run. So that's kind of the point we're at is, we've got a lot of the basics in, but the next iteration on those features, we want to really do something cool. And that's a lot of item orbs, but yeah. Yeah, we were, the next time we iterate on certain things, whether it's player weapons, visuals, the background, visuals definitely needs to be per zone. I really want to go all out and make those as cool as I can within a reasonable amount of time. So that's kind of the order of the day right now. I really do like this spell system, and once we get a few more spells, it'll really start shaping up where we have more options. And the good thing is, if I feel it's too easy because of all those options, I just scale up the enemy damage at a certain point, and that will simply balance out. But because we have all these difficulty multipliers, I think I'll need to do that at this point. Just play a harder difficulty, bro. It's too easy, and yes, that means and the early game, the first 5-10 levels actually can be pretty tough, and I think that's a good thing. As long as we have, that you can choose an easy mode for the game. And like I said, I will, right now this right click is the only cooldown I have available, but I do have a section here, and I could easily, once I have some more, then I will make a random option as well that defaults. So the whole, your whole kit, or what used to be your whole kit, will be random each map. I think that'll be fun. So thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to continuing this video series. I think, even though I started slow, I was a bit tired today. It's been a long few days, but good few days, and I'm glad to be finally recording content for my game, and this will probably be the first start of the series because I'm tired of starting over because of some random little issue. So yeah, but what I'll do what I said, where I get some more cooldowns, I'll probably show a map and a boss fight, and that'll be the intro to episode 1, just so when people start, they see what this game is right off the bat. So I can also use it as a nice little quick promo video, because I just really want to get this in front of people's eyes and give them a shot at playing it, get some feedback, see if people like it, see what they like about it, and go from there. I'd love to work with the community when it comes, or I'd love to be open with the community and really consider ideas from the community and kind of work with you guys to continue working on this. So hopefully that's something like that happens. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, big props. I'll see you guys later.